choose a quest. Only one quest to choose. Number 13, Louis's very first time. First time what? I don't know what that's getting at. But last time we learned that Louis has demon heritage and can telepath people, can read their thoughts. Do not read other demons' thoughts. They can tell you're doing that and they will be peeved. Also, Mom left the island. Will we see her again? I don't know. I don't know. Also, I didn't find any more of these. I don't know if I still can find them. Maybe that's lost to us. There's also a bunch of other things that I have not found. So, no reading for us.
Rational and open. I spent my whole life swimming in lies. Emily, what a waste. I feel like I know nothing. That I have to learn everything all over again. I'm a demon. I age more slowly. I can mentally manipulate people. I don't even know if it's a good thing or a curse.
It's good.
No, this is an advantage. I could get used to this pretty quickly, I think. Damn it, what a mess. Come on, man up, Louis. I'm still the same old me. Demon or not, I'm still in charge of my actions. And this father, I know nothing about. Yes, I've still got a lot to learn. It's enough to drive you crazy. Everything I believed in, nothing holds true anymore. Pull yourself together, man. I need to find some answers.
He seems pretty pulled together.
For a minute?
All right, go and answer the door. Inner turmoil over our demon nature. But I mean, I think we'll like get into it pretty quickly. Hello?
Sir Gregory?
Good day, Louis.
Why are we zooming in on that?
Would be good to talk. How are you feeling?
I don't know.
I understand. I heard that William spoke to you at last about our nature and our family. It's a good thing, but you must be a bit shaken up.
That's the least you can say.
I bid you welcome among us, Louis. Knowing William, he probably didn't go into any detail about our family, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
He did talk about Jesus. Let's see. We should not telepath him. We know he will not like it if we do that. I mean, it might be funny, but we probably shouldn't try it. All right, no points for that. We don't have to use any points for this because of my conviction. How long have we been in existence?
How long has our family been in existence?
We have been
Immunity.
from the very beginning.
What do you mean, exactly?
Are you trying to get information from me?
I thought that's why you were here.
I was just wondering why that particular question seemed to disturb you.
Let us not insist, then. You yourself weren't very convinced by the question, it seems.
I thought you were here to tell me information. Hold on a second. We have not really been able to talk to Home. So we just learned he has an immunity to conviction. So, like, we haven't learned any of his immunities or vulnerabilities as of yet. Also just got something. What was that just appeared? Orator. Uncover all of Gregory Alm's immunities and vulnerabilities. Consult my journal. Does that mean we did uncover them? He only has one? I would expect that he's a demon. I would expect he would have like a lot of immunities. I guess he only has the one. But that also means he has no vulnerabilities. How many are there in the family?
How many of us are there in the family?
We are 8 brothers and sisters.
Logic. Why brothers and sisters?
What do you mean by brothers and sisters if we can change bodies?
You reason with logic. We have retained the human habit. When we first come into this world, we retain a certain attachment to our first envelope. If we are born as a man, we are brothers. If we are born as a woman, we are sisters. But I must admit, it has absolutely no real importance. They're just bodies.
Are there any other families?
Well, tell me then. Are there any other families like ours?
There are officially 7, but we're the oldest and therefore the most powerful.
Let us say no more. Why does Mortimer rebel?
What's Lord Mortimer's problem?
I think he allows himself to be devoured by a need for recognition.
Has he always been like that?
More or less, but thinking about it, I believe that the birth of our latest sibling greatly accentuated his discomfort.
Why did your subtitle change there? Subtitle said brother, but you said sibling. Is he jealous? What do you think about psychology?
Do you think he's jealous?
I didn't realize you were so good at behavioral analysis. Indeed, William certainly is prone to jealousy. Finding one's place, notably in the eyes of our father, is not easy, and we each do what we can to succeed. But I can't justify this perpetual rebellion against our rules.
I like how he always points out which skill we're using. Oh, psychology! Aren't you good at that? Is there a family head?
Is there a head of the family?
You'll see. You'll meet them all, of course, when you are ready. They created us and set out the rules, especially our father. As for our mother, she retired from the political stage. We don't see her much anymore. I think that all these questions simply bore her.
I see. There is still much to learn.
Yes, it's true. You've got some catching up to do, my boy. One thing you must understand regarding any disagreements that might arise between William and myself is his position with regard to mankind.
What do you mean?
Well, for centuries we've been trying to help and therefore preserve humanity. Monarchies are simple and practical. They enable us to inspire humanity efficiently, and I can't understand why William wants to replace them with democracy.
Yeah, democracy. Let's see. Do we want to try to get in good with Gregory? Hey, you're totally right, Greg. Uncle Greg. I can call you Uncle Greg, right? My father doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, if our goal is to direct the future of humanity, it'd work out easier through a monarchic system rather than a democracy.
I see you're a quick learner. From now on, you know the fence that separates William from the rest of the family. If only he would stop steering the destinies of certain countries like France or the United States of America in such a dangerous direction. It has taken centuries for our family to establish relative peace between demons. Thanks to this policy, we have been able to decide everything by confining the other families to subordinate roles. And now William is obsessed with disrupting everything.
Peace between demons? What do you mean?
I'm not talking about conflicts within our family. If that was all there was, everything would be fine. But several other families, younger but nonetheless powerful, are trying to upset the balance. At present, we dominate most of the major countries around the globe. But some families are pushing, via less influential countries, to gain ground. Do you understand?
As best I can, yes.
When the time comes, you must take up a position on the political chessboard. I only hope your father doesn't take you down with him.
Is he in danger?
Are you suggesting he might be in danger?
Well, Louis, our father's patience is not limitless. If William ever does go too far, then yes, he will be in danger. I want you to make an informed choice. Now go and see your father, see what he has to say, and then think it over very carefully.
That's exactly what I intended to do. Thank you, Uncle.
Don't mention it. If I've been able to help you in any way, go now.
All right. Our first real conversation with Uncle Greg. We know that he is immune to conviction. Apparently that's it. That's the only thing.
Signor, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Alright, well, we need to go to the study. That could possibly mean that there are other things and people to look at on the way there. I mean, if we meet anyone, like any humans, we could try mind reading them. What about George? Don't see him here. Anything new? Oh, yep, there we go.
My dear George,
We did read this one. Doesn't seem like there are any changes here. Oh wait, I think I went the wrong way. Oh, there's Piaggi. What's going on in that head?
His Holiness awaits my report. I haven't the time. I haven't the time.
You're just sitting here.
His Holiness awaits my report.
Well, yeah, but the Pope's not here. I am. Shame that Liz never came back. I mean, now we have something in common. Now there's George. You can't go in Volner's room.
Why is his study in such a mess? Looks like Volner's planning something.
Oh, well, we got some information.
What a mess. Looks like Volner was interrupted.
Examine the things on the
A
desk.
lot like straw. And he's drawn something in a hurry on this sheet.
Look at the sketches.
I get the feeling that I've seen that somewhere before.
Don't have enough points, but I do have this. Vigilance. My vigilance is low. I've seen that before. It's a lot of points, but hopefully we get something. Actually, we could use this, or actually, well, that goes down to 1 because of our occultism. All right, I recognize these symbols.
I've seen occult inscriptions like this before. They're not very common. As a matter of fact, I've only seen them once before, around the Lock of Al-Azif.
Mm-hmm. Look more closely. Well, cost reduced by 3, but then plus 3. Why is it like that? Am I going to need to unlock Al-Azif? Am I going to really need to know what this is? Alright, fine. I do have some more jelly.
Straw on his desk. As if to protect something fragile. Yes. Someone must have packed something away here.
I don't think that was worth those points. Something fragile on the desk, like someone packed something away here. I feel like I did not learn something valuable from that. That was 4 points for that. Alright. Fine. Vigilance, 8 points. Decode the message on the blotter. Well, that is a lot of points. Get some points back.
Let's see. A simple toiletry case? Never mind.
Alright, already got what was in that.
Just clothes.
I could put on his clothes. Play like that. Play around with his mind. Mind games.
Chemistry set. That's not surprising coming from Von Wollner.
A royal jelly. Mm-hmm. Chemical products.
Find something to help reveal the traces of ink on the blotter.
Oh, could we, like, reduce the number of points for that? What might do the trick? 3 points. Think, damn it! It's only 1 point for think, damn it, because of my erudition.
Think, Louis. I know for sure that lime water neutralizes chemical actions, but doesn't work on ink. I must find something else.
Alright. Ammonium sulfide?
That sounds vaguely familiar. I can always give it a shot.
Maybe not. Tannic acid of alum?
Mother taught me a thing or two on the subject, and this name reminds me of something. Let's just see how good my memory is.
So Think Damn It told me
I know for sure
that lime water shouldn't be used.
Actions, but doesn't work on ink. I must find something else.
So I could spend 3 points on what might do the trick. My science is 2, but I still needs a lot of points. Alright, fine.
I have to find some ammonium sulfide if I want to make the text appear by capillary action. Perfect. Here's some.
Alright, so that one does flat out tell you what it is.
Sir Gregory, I'll leave Al-Azif at the landing stage at the appropriate time. Yours truly, Johann von Wollner. This is child's play.
Alright, so Johann did get Al-Azif. He's going to leave it at the landing stage at the appropriate time. Alright, I guess it's good that we know it's possible for us to get the book. Hey, George.
Louis, busy as always, I see. How lucky you are. I must admit I'm trying to kill the boredom myself.
That's the least you can say, George.
I get the impression we're all in the same boat.
And here I was thinking you might have some juicy gossip.
A last guest? Did we ever mention something about another guest?
Well, Mr. Godoy heard that we are expecting a last-minute guest.
Pardon?
Yes, a certain Al-Azif.
Strange. Doesn't ring a bell.
Well, I might as well not hang out here any longer, if he has nothing to say. Me neither.
He must have misunderstood. The conference has started. Godoy is a little too used to court intrigue, if you ask me.
I agree with you. Well, nevertheless, I hope I have distracted you a little.
Yes, thank you, Louis. I don't need much. And don't hesitate if you ever do have any news.
I won't, Mr. President.
Alright, so we're not actually expecting another guest. What if we go upstairs? No, actually, upstairs is where he is. Where Mortimer is.
Pardon me, monsieur, but I have work to do.
He does have a lot of work. Anything around?
Sir Jacques Peru?
I mean, I don't expect there to be anything new in his room.
Dear Monsieur Peru. All right. I've retrieved everything.
Okay, so there was some Devil's Thorn I did not get last time. And these are documents that we've read. Royal jelly. We love that. No, can't go in Napoleon's room. He's a little cross with us, maybe. After we slapped him. All right, got some golden elixir.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough. Emily, can I come in?
No, it's not a good time. Not right now. Leave me alone.
But I want to talk to you about my demon nature.
I can tell from your voice that there's something wrong. Let me in. We have to talk, Emily.
I said no, goddamn you.
But I'm a demon. I'm sorry, I thought you said come in? Is that not what you said?
You know full well that getting yourself worked up like this is not going to help. It won't make any difference. It won't bring Emma back.
Forget. I couldn't give a damn if it makes any difference. I only want to not think of anything. And then get out of here. I told you not to come in.
Emily, I only want to talk. I understand that you're upset after everything.
You understand? You understand nothing.
Listen, we're going through a difficult time. Even I'm dumbfounded and
Dumbfounded. Dumbfounded. Do you want to know how I feel?
Well, I could find out. I could read your mind.
Dear God, how could I have done this? I want it to stop.
We've all lost something here.
All this, everything that's happened, it's a nightmare. I want to wake up.
Emily, calm down and put down that glass.
I know you're telling the truth about Mortimer and Home. I know they are demons.
That's not all.
Go on.
I'm one of them, Emily. I'm a demon too.
Isn't that awesome?
But how?
Sir Gregory stopped by to tell me.
No, he just said it.
He wanted to bid me a welcome.
I don't understand.
Welcome to the family.
Oh, are you demon also?
You're his daughter?
Mortimer's daughter, Louis.
That makes you my sister?
Yes. Just the thought of the night when I suggested that we... I feel so ashamed, Louis. And that means Emma is your sister too.
Shit. I spent the night with my own sister?
I was attracted to you from the moment we first spoke on the boat.
Well, you can't blame
I
her.
understand why.
This raw animal magnetism that is Louis.
I'm a monster.
I'm attracted too. I mean, if we're already monsters, why not go all the way?
I am one as well. When I think of my feelings for you, that feeling. It hurts all of a sudden.
My feeling?
She's there. I can feel her inside me. She's trying to read my thoughts. Emily, don't do that. Get out of my mind, please. Let me remind you that it's forbidden between demons.
Sorry, Louis. I didn't want to.
I have a sister.
It's very strange for me too. A sister for a brother.
Yes.
Yes. I must get some rest. I must ask you to leave me now.
All right, but don't finish that bottle.
Don't start now. I would like to get some sleep.
I'll be leaving you then. Thank you, Emily.
All right, see you, sis. Well, we could have missed that entire revelation if we did not come in here. If we did not insist on coming into the room, we would never know that Louis boned his sister.
Dear E, I received your last letter.
We did read this. We would never know he boned one of his two sisters. And how could we continue playing the game if we never got that information? Yep. She's going to bed. She doesn't want to talk anymore. Alright, so she's dimming as well. Everyone's dimmins. Well, I mean, you know, the demons are like a very elite kind of royalty, and royalty was known to keep it in the family, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, also, I have some sort of affliction. Gulp, 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 gulp.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Can't go in his room.
Huh, that's me.
That's me. It's my room. It's where I boned my sister. The dead one. Actually, wait, if Emma was also a demon, wouldn't shooting her mean that she was gonna possess someone else? I mean, okay, I'm a little... Let's try to clarify the demon thing. We were told that demons can possess human bodies, and Mortimer and Holm have done so. Louis, on the other hand, was born in this body, so this is the only body he's had. But Emily and Emma are also the same way? But does that mean that when Emma died, she didn't actually die? That she was able to possess someone else? Because the only way to actually kill a demon, as far as we know, is to stab them with the Lance of Longinus. Because that will prevent the demon from leaving the body and force the demon to die with the human body. So, that sounds like it means that Emma should still be alive. For all I know, Emma possessed you, Cardinal. But can we go downstairs? Okay, now I need to get all the juicy information before we go talk to Mortimer. We're learning so much! Alright, golden elixir. Is anyone hanging out outside? Napoleon? You out here? Doesn't seem like anyone's out here. Anyone down here? It's letting me go down here. Carmelite water. I like to see that. Here's the hand choppy door. I guess it closed. And it doesn't look like we can operate it. Oh. Really? Huh. Do I need this? I just came down here to see if anyone was hanging out. Guess there's nothing else to do out here, though. But I am curious to know if I did something important by coming here to get that nail. Is that going to come up? Seems strange that that nail was just there. Okay, we cannot interact with the statues, so we can't go back into the collection room. The library. The dining room. With a tremendous view. They just leave the food out. I mean, it's exposed to the outside. There's gonna be birds all over this. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's demonic powers that prevent that from happening. Hi. I learned I'm part of the family now.
What can I do for you, sir?
So,
I am at your service day and night, sir.
Do you have to give me stuff then?
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
Any Devil's Thorn?
I still haven't quite recovered after that boat crossing. Would you happen to have any Devil's Thorn by any chance?
I am sorry, sir, but the Devil's Thorn may be just a plant, but it is also a powerful psychotropic drug that causes undesirable diuretic effects. I would advise...
Undesirable for you, maybe. Just give it to me. Or, nah, you just have to know how to take it. 0 points because my erudition is 2. This one is conviction level 2, but my erudition gets this to 0.
You see, Tribulus cystoides is from the Zygophalaceae family, very rich in nitrates and potassium chloride. It was used in India 700 years before Christ, my good fellow, and I know nothing better to perk you up.
Oh, as sir wishes. Here is the herb, sir. May I help you in anything else, sir?
Well, my inventory's already full. But it looks like that we discovered something. Another vulnerability. We're standing real close, aren't we? Alright, erudition, manipulation, and science. Weak to so many things. Alright, so I guess at this point we can probably go upstairs. I think we've done everything we can. And to think, if we just went straight to Mortimer's study, we would never have found out we banged our sister. It's the little things in life, you know? You think, wow, I almost didn't do that. I guess I'm taking the long way round. Oh, okay. Don't know what that was. But we're, you know, it's fine. It's apparently fine. Hey, Big Daddy.
Louis, I was sure you would stay. I'm proud of you. You've made the right choice. It took great maturity to forgive your sister as you did.
She brought me up.
Well, forgiving is one way of saying it. Oh, talking about Mom, yeah.
As Sarah well knows.
Why didn't you tell me the truth about her?
I thought that might be too many truths to absorb at one time. I intended to tell you afterwards. You were in a hurry, so I made a decision. You've been able to understand and choose for yourself. How do you feel?
Hard to say.
Intrigued.
Quite curious to find out more. My whole way of thinking has been blown apart in just a couple hours.
What could be more normal? It may have been a bit brutal, but you've just grown up in a very short space of time. From now on, you can influence your own future. I will guide you. We've all the time we need.
You're not the first to make me that offer.
What do you mean by that?
Your brother, Sir Gregory.
Gregory. Why am I not even surprised? What did he say?
Let's see. Change subject. Why would I... Do I want to change subjects? He's worried for you. I mean, that is true. He does think that Mortimer is on a bad path. And this is 0 points.
I think he's worried about you.
Worried? Marvelous. That's just like him. You know, in a family like ours, we all have a role to play. And his is to worry about everyone else. Let me reassure you, there's no reason for him to worry about me.
Not even regards to father?
Like the relationship with your father, for example.
It's sometimes complicated, I must admit. I like to understand things, even if it means thinking outside the box. In fact, that's a character trait that you seem to have inherited.
You haven't answered my question, which I know because of my questioning level.
You haven't answered about your father.
What did I tell you? You are too curious, my son. Let time do its work. I don't impose anything on anyone. I'm just following my own path.
But where does it lead?
I suppose I should explain. For centuries now, demons have emerged in and around great leaders all over the world. But like true tyrants, they have governed with an iron fist in a studded glove.
That's the impression I get.
But you see, people's discontent is increasing, and they are too high up to hear it. They take themselves for gods. Sooner or later, the people will turn against us, just as they have in the past. Each time it's happened, many of us have died. We must master the humans, yes, but gently. And the best way of doing that is by allowing them a free choice, Louis.
Gentle mastering. He wants to give men a free choice?
You really are trying to liberate...
Happened again. What is that?
No, it is easier to keep control over people who slumber than people who are oppressed. A man with nothing to lose is a dangerous man. Whereas, if you give him a roof, food, and entertainment, he will do whatever you want. The best way of getting them to achieve something is to make them think it was their idea. For that, they have to feel as if they are free.
Hang on. What do you mean?
Look at the United States. From the start, I introduced an idea that will change everything. The idea that everything is possible. Everyone can become someone. Is there anything more beautiful?
You mean it's not true?
Man can move mountains when he believes it is in his own interest. And what nobler cause is there than his own freedom?
Gasp, Lord Mortimer invented the American dream. Although, I noticed that frequently when I stream this game, there is some sort of weird glitch that happens. Like, it's gonna be different every time. Like, in this time, it's the screen going black for a couple seconds here and there. I think this is the only game where anything like this happens. So I guess I would just blame the game for it. It seems like the game is kind of just barely holding together. Have you any other examples?
Do you have any more examples?
Of course.
Let's talk about slavery. Let's get into the real meat and potatoes here. Get into some real serious heavy subjects.
Talk to me about slavery.
Well, take the slave trade, for example. It's an archaic practice that simply has to stop. Today, black slaves of America work for free and in unbearable conditions. Tomorrow, if you free the blacks and offer them work along with a salary, they will bless you for it. Then, they will be integrated into the system. They will be taxable. Once they are free, they will have to work for a roof, pay taxes, and feed their families. Maybe we could take away the civil rights of prisoners, for example. In this way, we'll keep control of all those who respect the system and benefit from the others as a workforce.
Yes, maybe we could remove the civil rights of prisoners. Now let's talk about the emancipation of women.
And what would you propose for women?
They must be given the right to work and to vote. Look, at the moment, they don't work. They take care of raising children. What a mistake. We have to get them out of the house. Make them work. In this way, not only will they become consumers, but they will also delegate the job of education to the system. We could guide humanity from a young age, Louis, don't you see? Today, we are wasting too much time.
I'm always saying this. I'm always saying you gotta get women out of the house. They need to start contributing to society as consumers. Lots of people are saying this. Let's talk about religions.
What obscurantism! By harping on this concept of good and evil, guilt and redemption, look where men are now, locked up in beliefs that should no longer exist. It's time for men to rediscover themselves and to take control of their lives, as they really are, without any moral judgment.
I like how Louis has this, like, animation cycle where he leans forward and shakes his head. Like, sometimes the camera just, like, focuses on him as he does it. And it's like, it doesn't seem to be in response to anything. It's just part of this loop that he's in. in this scene. Progress?
Tell me what you think about progress.
Progress is essential, Louis. It's the future.
What else?
Progress must liberate humanity from burdensome chores. Progress must replace man wherever his presence is not obligatory. It creates both the desire and the need. It will liberate women as soon as the machines are able to do all the chores in the home automatically. It will bring men together by bringing a faster means of locomotion. Look at the cultural revolution that printing brought about. But the most important of all has already been laid. The foundation stone. Freedom of speech. The First Amendment of the Constitution. There must be opponents to every project. So, above all, don't develop a one-track approach. Otherwise, man won't have enough room for expression to feel free. If man sees his chains, he will only want to break them. If we give men the feeling that they are free, I am convinced that they will exceed their limits. And it is only from that condition that humanity shall rise up.
But do you want to dominate or raise humanity higher?
I want it to advance. I want it to progress. Man is our vessel. If he progresses, then so do we. Wouldn't you like to know what we really are?
Who do you mean? Demons?
Yes, us. Our species. I've been searching for centuries, trying to find a way to explain the reason of our existence. But humanity has not yet evolved enough to make any progress on the subject. I am convinced that the sciences will bring that knowledge someday.
So, that's your objective, is it? To understand who we are.
All right, so the ultimate goal, mankind has got to get better at science so they can figure out what demons are. That's the ultimate question. That's the entire purpose of science. Why not, after all?
I see your point.
Our family clings to its privileges and to the past, and that's how they are putting us in danger. The time has come for change. Now that you know your true nature, there are still a few things I need to teach you.
What do you mean exactly?
A new skill, and not the least, Louis. It's about taking control of a person.
Oh, you can do that. I thought you were going to like teach me how to like throw a fireball or something, but no. Possession seems okay. How do you do that?
I don't see how I could do that.
I shall help you the first time.
How is it possible?
How do you do it?
It's an animal resonance. How it works is still a bit unclear even to us.
Like a wave or a sound?
That seems the most likely, yes. In my opinion, demons are capable of tuning their psychic frequency to that of others. That is why, for example, I tend to surround myself with deaf and dumb servants. The servants dressed in black. I infiltrated them. I opened a channel between them and me, and then I deprived them of speech and hearing. This way, no other demon can turn them against me.
Have we seen servants in black? I mean, the servants we've been seeing are the ones who wear the masks. I don't remember. I mean, maybe there's like a cutscene that had ones wearing black? I don't remember that, though. All right, I'm ready to learn.
Okay, let's not waste any more time.
I deduce that you're impatient to master what's in store for you. That is good. I thought I'd mix business with pleasure for this first time.
What do you mean by that?
The conference will come to a close shortly, as you know. Not that I'm fed up with archaic diplomacy, but it's time to ensure the success of this project. To make this happen, I would like Piaget to inform the Pope he has changed sides.
Go on.
Here is my plan. I would like you to join His Eminence in his room.
Just play along. We'll see when the time comes. Very well. And then?
You're going to have to trust me. What we're going to do is painless for the human you are going to invade.
Invade?
Yes. You're going to enter his mind and take control. You're going to influence his actions and his psyche.
But how? And how many points do I need?
Make him speak, then concentrate. You must focus on him in order to feel his thoughts. Then, while speaking, you must link with him. Once you're done, you will naturally find your way to the source and enter into his thoughts.
But what if I fail?
Trust in your instincts. You just have to let yourself go. You have the skill. Let your nature come to the fore. You'll see. If you fail, you'll be in for some light banter with His Eminence. That's all. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Very well.
Perfect. Go now. The Cardinal is in his room. You will have to write a letter to the Pope as if Piaggi had written it himself. In this letter, tell the Pope that whatever happens during the conference, he must follow my propositions. But be careful. In order to protect himself from counterfeiters, the Pope had Piaggi's hand tattooed with a symbol to be sure of his identity. You'll see when you're inside him. You'll understand. Once it's written up, just bring it back to me, and I'll send it off immediately.
All right. I'll take care of it.
All right, we'll understand when we're inside him. Not the first time I've heard that. Let's see. Okay, we already read these. These letters are still on his desk. Dad, by the way, you want to maybe spend less money on paintings? Hey, Waldo. Would you have been mad if I fed him chocolate? I didn't, but the option was there. It's Johan's room. George's room. Here we go. Time to go inside an old man.
Ah, well, Louis, what brings you back to my chambers?
May I sit down?
Of course, Louis. Don't you feel good?
Yes, but if I'm gonna pass inside you, I'd better sit myself down first.
It's nothing, don't worry about it.
Well, what can I do for you?
Right. Now I need to concentrate.
I wanted to speak to you, Your Eminence.
I like him gesturing with the stump. The stump has counted for so little. The oozing bloody stump. It just hasn't mattered at all. Speak to him about demons, speak to him about politics, speak to him about the Holy Lance, about the conference. Hey, remember that Holy Lance?
I wanted to thank you for your help. I mean, for your time talking to me about the Holy Lance.
Oh, and did you find it? It's the crusade of a lifetime for some people, Louis. You are searching for another Holy Grail.
You're nearly there. Link into his thoughts.
Does it annoy you at all?
But what on earth is he trying to get at? Why do you ask, Louis? I don't follow.
For the glory, Your Eminence.
I can feel it coming. It's working.
Oh, it's coming.
Insolence.
It's coming, all right.
Really? I am a man of the church, Louis. May God keep me from such ambitions.
Right. Let me in, Your Eminence.
Let me in them guts.
I've done it. I've done it, damn it. He was right. This is just crazy. I can't believe it. Look at yourself, Louis.
Happened again. I still need to get used to this body.
So, let's see about what Mortimer asked me. Right. Well, it's time I got started.
A body like this could house me for a while.
Letter. I have no means to validate my forgery, so I better take my time with it and not make any mistakes. There are 2 letters from the Pope on the desk. I should be able to get a clue or 2 by checking how well they correspond to each other. And here are 3 stamps. All are different.
By the way, Let's see. We learned another vulnerability. I forget which one we already knew, but he said we learned one, so now we know 2 vulnerabilities for Piaggi. He has no immunity so far. Only vulnerabilities. All right. Read the letters on the desk. Read the first letter. My dear Giuseppe, as my health does not allow me to honor Sir Olm's invitation to go to Lord Mortimer's, I should be grateful if you would sit at a conference on my behalf. Naturally, you will give my thanks to your hosts. Consolidate our agreements with Sir Gregory, and let him know that this venture regarding Cardinal Bishop Chiarimonte is following its course. I have every confidence in you. May God bless and protect you, SS Giovanni Angelo Braschi. P.S. Do not use your personal stamp. Use the one with his motto on it, the 12/31/1792 GJ GHFJ. All right, don't use our own stamp. Use Giovanni's. Read the second letter. My dear Giuseppe, I know you're on your way to Lord Mortimer's residence. I hope you have a good trip, even though you are obliged to use the cross the French countryside at present, very agitated. Know that this mission is crucial, my friend. May God bless and protect you. SS Giovanni Angelo Braschi, the 0117793 EHHBCF. Put down the letters. Choose the contents of the letter.
Right.
Why is this happening?
Mortimer
It's happening a lot now.
credit Sir Gregory and to announce Piaggi's final vote in his favor. As an introduction, Your Holiness, thank you for your trust.
I mean, Dad seems pretty awesome, really, in comparison to the other options. So, yeah, why don't we go with this?
It turns out, now that I'm here, that I find Lord Mortimer's projects grant us many more advantages in comparison to what Sir Gregory had suggested. We are talking about the future of the Holy See. There. That should be enough to justify the change of vote.
Okay, one objective done. Write the happened again. What is that? I don't know what's causing it. Hold on. Before we write the code, let me just make a note of what's on the letters, which is, let's see, GJ, GH, FG, GJ, GM. Okay. And second, which is EH, HB, CF. Okay, secret code.
Kind of code composed of 6 letters that they always write under the dates of their correspondence. According to Mortimer, it's got something to do with Piaggi's tattoo. I guess I'll have to write one for today's date. Now, ideally, it'd be better to do without it, but I'm going to need to be extremely clever here.
No, it's not. We're not good at that.
It is 24/01/1793.
24/01/1793. I could think about the logic of the code.
In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year. Piaggi's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the numbers shown in the middle. Figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code.
Day is not translated. The day must be the key. Actually, I didn't write down the numbers here, so let me just do that on my little notepad right here. So 31, 12, 17, 92. For GJ, GF, AFFG. And then it was 17/01/1793 for HBCF.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
And we're going with 24/01/1793. By the way, a lot of It's expensive to do without the code. Can I even click on that? I can click on these. Like, there's like a lot of points for doing without the code. I wonder why is that so expensive? What does that even mean? Just guess? Alright, let's see. So we could go with 80E. What did we change the last letter? Okay, subterfuges. Wow, my subterfuges is level 2, as it is, and it's still 10 points. Alright, so he's saying that the day is affecting what the letters are under the numbers. So we can see that in the first one, 1 is G, and the bottom one, 1 is H. In the top one, 7 is H, and the bottom one, 7 is B. And the day is what is affecting the thing. So the day we're going with, it is the same day. Let's see. Well, we already, like, there's... Yeah, 01/1793, it's the same as the bottom date. But of course, the day is going to change something about it. But what does it change? So how is 1 a G in the top one? How is 1 a H in the bottom one? Let's see. Do we have any ideas? Like, well, first, I guess let's see. On the top one, 2 is J. The 2 does not exist on the bottom one. On the top one, do they have a 3 in common? No. Do they have a 4 in common? No. I mean, they have 179 in common. So, on the hand, we do have 24, 31, 3, 10, 17. Whoops, that happened again. It must be God attempting to interfere with my attempts at forging this letter. I can only assume that is what's happening. Okay, so say on the top one, where it's 31, on the hand, it does say 31 is I. On the bottom one says 17. The hand says 17 is E. So after 17, then there's a 0, which is E. And the next one is 1, on the bottom date I'm talking about, which is an H. Then next is H. Then a 7 is B. Oh, it's just counting in clockwise order, isn't it? Yeah, that's all the code is. It's just counting it clockwise. So if that's the case, if we're starting at 24, which is A, and then the next, so 0, which is A, and then 1, which is F, and then 1, which is F, and then 7, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so C, And then 9, which is H. And then 3. So starting from A, 1, 2 is G. So I think it's A, F, F, C, H, G.
Today the date is 24/01/1793. Today the date is 24/01/1793. Today the date.
I like that he's repeating that every time.
1793. Today the date is 24/01/1793. Today the date is 24/01/1793. Today is the 24/01/1793.
Let's see, A, F, F, C, H, G. I think that's it. Okay, then a stamp. Write the code. So the stamp, he said don't use... I noticed something about the stamp. We don't use our own stamp.
In one of the letters, the Pope asked Piaggi to change and to stop using his personal stamp. He asked him to use the one with the Pope's motto on it.
I know that! The Pope's motto! My etiquette and politics are good enough to make this 0.
And I remember that. Flore in Domo Domini.
The Pope's motto?
Must be in Latin.
Oh, okay. Like, I think that this one was more useful. So look at the stamp on the right. Look at the inscription.
Justitia, misericordia e humiltà. Boy, I gotta brush up my foreign languages.
Okay, linguistics is good enough to make this 0.
I think it's in Italian. Justice, mercy, and humility.
Middle.
On it is written, Flore in Domo Domini.
All right, well, that should be it.
Latin, it blooms in the house of God.
Let's look at the third one. What does this one say?
A circle with a cross inside.
Okay, that's just, there's no writing. All right, so it was middle. Finish the letter.
Your Eminence, all ready to send... What's he doing here?
Damn it, that's all I need.
Don't worry, he can't hear us.
What do you mean?
Confrontation start. Hold on.
What's going on here, Piaggi?
I'm gonna read your mind.
The old goat is going to drop us. It's a lousy turncoat. Well, he'd better not tell me he just fell asleep.
All right, don't tell him that. Say I have exorcised him. Louis passed out. Louis' tight game. Hold on. What do we know about Von Wallner? Diversion is his vulnerability. I like this one. I exorcised a demon out of him.
Just calm down, calm down. Louis came to see you.
Oh, that's a blunder.
Was hearing voice.
It's a blunder.
We've just finished an exorcism session.
And
I unlocked a talent.
exorcism? Are you having me on? I can't see any exorcism instruments.
Oh, is that the problem?
Just put them away.
I don't know what you're up to, Piaggi. But I do know you're trying to pull one over on me.
I was about to fetch someone to take care of him. Would you care to go?
There he is. And there he stays. The perfect opportunity.
What do you mean?
It's been a while now that I've been hoping for a chance to get rid of him. Can you keep a secret?
Of course.
Of course, my son. Would you like to tell me under the confidentiality of confession?
Ah, don't talk rubbish. I don't trust the little runt because he is Mortimer's son. Would you believe it?
How does he know?
Dear God, how is that possible? I am flabbergasted.
We've wasted enough time. What if he wakes up? If you don't want to get your hands dirty, just turn away and leave everything to me.
This is not a decision to be taken lightly.
You're defending him now.
What are you talking about? Of course not.
He's made you change sides, hasn't he?
Holm would be against it. That's one's conviction. Did he say anything about conviction? Well, we know, so he's immune to occultism. That's right. He made me change sides. Not in my room. Let's read some minds.
The slime bag. He works for Mortimer. Good thing I already tried to warn Gregory.
Would it be bad to say this? Holm would be against it. I mean, Holm would be against it. And he does work for Holm, so that might affect him.
I am certain that Sir Gregory would be opposed.
You know nothing. I know Sir Gregory better
That's
than...
against the rules of the conference, Monsieur von Volna. I refuse to go against Sir Gregory.
Right.
Monsieur von Volna, I always act in the best interest of all. I assure you.
Everyone's entitled to an opinion.
You must have lost your mind to want to take such an extreme course of action.
No one's asking you to help me do it.
What's he thinking?
He is capable of reporting me to Sir Gregory. I'm really risking my neck here.
You run the risk of getting conference cancelled. I will tell Mortimer, I'll tell Holm, or report it to your king. That is 0, but we know that he's scared of us telling Holm. Like, if we threaten to tell Holm, would that make him back off, or would he, like, attack us? This was the only one that actually is worth points. Would he care about getting the conference cancelled? Because if he gets the conference cancelled, that just means that Mortimer's proposal doesn't go through, which is, and that happened again, which is what Holm would want anyway. I'll tell Holm everything. I'm a big tattletale.
If you lay a finger on him, I'll denounce you to Sir Gregory. I'm warning you.
You old weasel! Very well, Piaggi, you win.
I refuse to let you do the first thing that comes into your head.
I don't know what the two of you are up to, but I'll find out sooner or later.
Right. Time for me to get back into my body.
Oh wait, I don't know how to get back. Oh no, there we go. What if we were stuck in the Cardinal's body?
Don't just stand there, Louis. Mortimer's waiting for you in the Red Salon.
All right, we did our job. Close call. What is that trait? One skill point in diversion. I succeeded from preventing him from poisoning me. Okay. So he was going to poison me then. Did I get something else? Or was it a talent? Okay, I uncovered all of Von Vollner's immunity and vulnerabilities. We know everything about him. What a good job we're doing. I mean, we are taking Dad's side. Do we want to take a side? I mean, fake mom did not want us to take any of the demon sides. I mean, Dad seems kind of cool. And, you know, if worse comes to worse, we still are holding the Lance of Longinus. If we have to get all stabby, and it is a possibility. Let's see. Oh, royal jelly just sitting out there.
So, Louis, what was your first time like? Bewildering, isn't it?
Here's your letter. I have to admit that the experience was utterly amazing.
Come, tell me more.
I can't wait for the next time!
Not much else to say, other than I've already developed a taste for it.
Delighted to hear it. Bear in mind that you will discover many new things by going from body to body.
Is it possible to go from one body to another several times?
With practice, yes. Some of us have become masters in the art of bouncing from one body to another, to the extent that they can't be found. But you did it. Gregory, what can I do for you?
I've just come to make sure dear Louis has all the information he needs.
Needs for what?
You are free to make your own choices, William. I would like the same for him, too.
There's nothing I want more, Gregory.
Your schemes will lead to your demise, brother. Don't involve Louis. He has nothing to do with all this. The end of the conference approaches, and this masquerade will soon be torn asunder. Don't drag him down with you in your disgrace.
Oh, ye of little faith.
On the contrary, brother, Louis has just entered the family. Give him a chance to find his place.
His place?
Let's step aside and have him talk.
Don't listen to him. He's angry with our father.
And with good reason. He governs us in the same way he governs humanity, through fear and submission.
Same old tune. When will you understand that it's necessary to impose order for things to move forward properly?
You are under his thumb and proud of it. Open your eyes, for crying out loud. His whole system has become outdated, and he's too old to see it. He will lead us to our demise.
Here he goes with another of his grand speeches. William has always been fond of staging big scenes. It's his theatrical side.
Well, we're not going to say anything.
How dare you? You are blind, brother. Even if the evidence bit you on the nose, you still wouldn't see it. I feel sorry for you.
Tea is drunk hot or not at all, William. When will you learn? It's too bitter. You shouldn't let it brew so long.
I knew you'd be coming along. You are so predictable.
Methodical, I would say. Things must be accomplished in the right order if we want the world to keep turning as it does.
To African resembles an autocratic regime. But what's he afraid that Mortimer will do to me? I mean, I think that we know the answer to that. He's afraid that eventually Mortimer is going to be punished by Dad. And if we're working for Mortimer, then we would get punished as well. It resembles, I'm going to use my skill in politics to mention that it resembles an autocratic regime.
When you speak of the right order, I can't help hearing your order.
Louis, wouldn't you think that by now we've acquired a certain experience? Don't you think that we are the best place to know what the right order should be by now?
I mostly understand that even with the best of intentions, this kind of talk could well be misinterpreted. Every powerful man has had to speak in this way at some stage. That doesn't mean that they were right or that they achieved great things. Take the kings of France, for example. They weren't all good monarchs.
You see, Louis, Gregory came here to make you change your mind. It's time for things to change. I acknowledge Father has done many good things for humanity, but his time is over, and now he must pass on the torch.
That's enough. There, Louis. That's the pathetic example your father has to offer. I really am sorry about what happened to you. You don't know our family yet. We can't have given you a very good impression, but bear in mind that we are all against William's project.
On the contrary.
If he insists on going through with it, we will have no other choice than to intervene by force. Consequently, my dear Louis, you're going to have to choose sides. I would much rather have met you in different circumstances.
There you are, Louis. See what happens when you don't follow their orders to the letter.
Louis, I'm afraid the time to decide is now. If you follow William, he will drag you down with him. If, on the other hand, you support me, I can assure you that nothing will happen to you. You won't be blamed for your father's errors.
Ah, the masks are off. I offer you liberty. He obliges you to choose, and shamelessly asks you to betray your own father. That is their true face.
Right. Before I answer, well, I'd better think it over very carefully. Do I intend to embrace my demon nature and take my place on the chessboard? Do I stay out of it and do my utmost to stop them? Or do I renounce my nature and do all I can to stay human?
So is that all what it comes down to? We have to decide, are we a demon or are we a man? I mean, I don't think that I don't know if proclaiming our humanity really helps us in this case, considering we are on the island owned by demons. And also, we really do like nomad souling people and, you know, telepathy. It's kind of hypocritical to say that we like the powers, but we still want to be human. Couldn't we be like, you know, still human, but also use the powers? Because this, you know, still just be normal and also powers? Can't I have my power fantasy? Do I have to embrace the nature of being a political demon if I want powers? Well, I think it's time for Louis to come to a decision, a very important decision in his life, and proclaim, I am a demon.
It's useless trying to resist my true nature. I'm a demon. May as well accept it. The sooner the better. Even if I continue to live as a human, all my friends and acquaintances will inevitably end up dying. And I'll be left on my own, forever. I am a demon and I have to behave like one. The sooner, the better.
So? What do you choose, Louis?
And now we have to decide who we're teaming up with. I guess we don't have an option to be an independent demon. You have to join forces with Dad or join forces with Uncle Greg. And we can't just say, why can't I be my own team? Why can't I be a demon and also independent? Well, you know, Mortimer has been nothing but kind to us and is very enthusiastic with helping us learn about our powers, even though, of course, he does want to use us to achieve his own political ends, but he's quite nice about it, you know? And Home, I mean, if we joined forces with him, we probably would have to look at him a lot. So we'll join forces with Mortimer.
I shall follow my father, Sir Gregory.
Very well. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Please, don't take offense, but I just can't turn my back on him.
It's time we finished what we started, brother. The final vote of the conference over the acquisition of Louisiana will take place in a few hours. I propose you gather your troops and prepare to close the debate.
That's precisely what I was going to suggest.
Come, follow me. It's time for us to get ready.
Do you really think we have a chance of winning?
A chance? You don't know me very well, Louis. We are going to win.
But it only takes one person to vote against us, and we'll have lost.
That's true. That's why none of them will. Why? Because I have an asset that they do not.
Which is?
You. My friends, prepare yourselves. The conference is about to resume.
Are we gonna have to body bounce?
To lay down all our cards.
Mortimer did mention body bouncing. Okay, the first time. Succeeded at falsifying a letter for the Pope. Okay, so I did, the code and the stamp were right. I chose to discredit Sir Gregory in my letter to the Pope. I learned to use my new power. I temporarily became allied to Lord Mortimer for the continuation of the conference. Temporarily. I succeeded in stopping Von Vollner from poisoning me. I found out where I can pick up Al-Azif. I found Lady Hillsborough in her room. I understand that Von Vollner was supposed to hide Al-Azif on the wharf. Wow. All successes, no failures. And a curious thing, there's no alternate paths. Like, remember, we got the choice to team up with Dad or to team up with Uncle Greg. It says that choosing Mortimer was a success. It does not mention an alternate path for teaming up with Greg. Also, I succeeded. Yeah, so I got everything about the Pope letter correct. Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, I'm now curious. Would teaming up with Holm be considered a failure? Also, it doesn't mention anything here about proclaiming your humanity. Like, if we did that, then what would have happened? Would they have just said, no, that's stupid, you can't choose that? You're obviously a demon, so act like one? I can imagine that's probably how it would go. We say, I am a man, and then both Mortimer and Holmes say, no, you're not. Don't be stupid. I mean, it would have to, right? Because if otherwise, how would the game continue? Well, in any case, all successes, no failures for the ending of episode 4 the first time. We finally did it for the first time, and it was with an old man. Oh, almost 2 levels. Not quite, though. Not quite. 8 points. What would we put that in? Well, we can level up our agility. Can level up our questioning. Can level up... Oh, no, we only have 3 left, so we can't do vigilance. And none of these, of course, are within 3 points of leveling up because we need a lot more points for any of these. So let's just bump that in. And we completed episode 4, and we get the credits. We're welcomed to the family. According to that achievement, 16.6% of players finished episode 4. I'm surprised more players weren't compelled by this incredible story to keep going. Okay, so I'm still a little bit blown away that finding out that Emma and Emily are our sisters, and as such, we committed incest. I'm blown away that that's optional. We didn't have to discover that. We could have just not gone in her room and maybe never found out. But we insisted on going in her room, and we discovered the incest. We also went inside Cardinal Piaggi and stopped Von Volner from killing us. We forged the letter. And yeah, at this point, I guess I decided that I am all in on Team Mortimer. Because fake mom is no longer here. She can't influence us anymore. I don't know, maybe something will happen later on where it'll turn out that, hey, maybe teaming up with Dad isn't such a good idea. But like I said, if worst comes to worst, we do have the spear on us, and no one knows about it. Mortimer and Holm do not realize that we stole the lance. I mean, Mortimer realizes that we tried to steal the lance, because our hand is gone. But he does not realize we actually got it. So that's our, like, little ace in the hole going into the final episode, episode 5. Also, I am still curious about that. You know, I went around the place looking for people to talk to. I ended up going back to the hand chopping door, and I got one of the true cross nails that we took to solve the puzzle. We were able to take it back, and that makes me curious about why they would bother letting us do that. Is that going to come up later? Will it be a good thing that I have that nail on me? Well, I don't know now, but we're going to find out pretty soon, because in episode 5, we have 3 chapters to go. We're almost at Mind Jail. Mind Jail is right there. But before that, we're going to go into the final vote, where I guess we will discover how this conference ends. And I can only assume, since Mortimer said that no one's going to vote against us because he has us, he has Louis. Hopefully the screen doesn't do that next time. I don't know why it's doing it this time. Since Mortimer said that, I can only assume that the way we're going to prevent anyone from voting against us is to just possess everyone who's voting against us and make them vote for us, just bounce between them. You'd think Home would notice if we did that. You'd think so. But maybe he won't. And we'll find out next time as we head into the final episode of The Council, the first chapter of the final episode. The final vote is going to be next time. We're going to be entering so many people's bodies.